Well, greetings, traders. I want to talk to you today a little bit about what's going on with Tab 29 and some misunderstanding that I've seen in posts and in talking to some traders. So I just want to bring a little clarity to the most recent conversations about impulsive side trade management. And so I've got a diagram I've drawn out here. Please try and stay focused where I am instead of letting your eyes drift via RIS to other areas of the diagram so we can get the most out of this. I promise you this will probably be the shortest video I've ever done. That's truly instructional. Alright, so the first thing that I want to say is first and foremost, nothing has changed with what we're doing. The reality is Shredder is a 30-minute trading system. That's the core of it. Everything was based on a 30-minute chart, whether it's the 144 harmonics, the 3262 EMA, everything was based on a 30-minute. It was small enough to allow enough speed that we can be okay with it. It was large enough to be not too small to where it was too fast for newer traders. It has optimal swings compared to other time frames, and it's just a good time frame to trade. Now, obviously, Shredder allows us and empowers us to do many things. We can step up, trade 1 hour, 240, 480 daily charts. We could step down and trade 10-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute charts. And so we have a pretty powerful reality with harmonic wave convergence. Harmonic wave convergence isn't limited to a time period, but we do have 30 as our initial training period and stomping ground, and then we spread out from there. So let's talk about a trader who's made it through our program, is currently all the way through Tab 29 and now trading. Nothing has changed, guys. We are still a 30-minute system. Previously, we had harmonic wave convergence as the entry and money management system. We now have harmonic wave convergence as entered and monitored and measured and managed by Tab 29. So this is the only difference in what's happened. None of the 30-minute money management has changed with Tab 29. Both of these guys are 100% in lockstep as to the money management for 30-minute trades. Let me say that again. Nothing has changed with the management of our 30-minute trades, which means that the remaining money managements, or most of them that we've conversed and talked about, include 50% trailing of gain using the Hall 21. These are combination exits. If it's a 30-minute and 240 trade, and it's a 30-minute or 8-hour trade, we can use the 62 money map for our money management. Okay. If it's a Fibo move, we just have a very big swing, well, like in a scan. So in a scan that goes from C to D, we can do a Fibo on that, and the reverse up can become our money management. That's what Carney would teach you, and that's what IML would teach you. So we have money management for our scans. We have straight Fibo money management. If we have a pitchfork, we can have Fib&Ls. And even there you have options with your Fib&Ls. You can run 38, 50, 62. You can run quads, just 25 and 50, or 12 and a half, 25, 50, 75, 100 inside one of the channels if it's wide enough and you want to do that. So you have options with your pitchfork. But guys, 30-minute trades, here's the money management including our exits. We need to be careful because I see RAS is getting out of whack in a lot of traders. You're not managing your RAS at all in the sense that you're letting emotion get to you. And as soon as you have, 1/10 of a candle in the opposite direction of where you are, you're exiting a trade. That's called fear. That's emotion. You need to let the money management systems drive your chart. Remember, pick a money management system, trade it, become good at it, and then trade that the same way every time as a robot would. Our 30-minute money management hasn't changed. It was outlined in the Tab 29 training. It hasn't changed because of training since then. Now what happens to the traders who don't have the opportunity to take a 30-minute trade at a given moment? Well, in the old days, we had this thing called SBT10. In the old days, meaning the era of just harmonic wave convergence measured just with multi-wave. We didn't do much there. We did a little there last summer, trying to separate. Then we kind of brought everybody back to the 30-minute reality, for which we reiterated all of these money management opportunities for the 30-minute wave. Here recently, with the introduction of Tab 29 as a new entry vehicle, and remember, the only difference that Tab 29 brings to the table is it brings more security in your entry. It will give you less stop outs than you had with multi-wave. It doesn't tell you that it is a bigger trade by magnitude. So a quote unquote a better trade. It is a safer trade entry. You have less chance of having a T4 or an reversing on you pretty quickly. That's all Tab 29 really does. Now, Tab 29 also gives us additional insight as to hookback entries, pullback entries, etc. But if that 30-minute trade wasn't there, for which you can apply any number of money management schemes if you got in a 30-minute trade. Oh, and we left out one, right? You could truly go, which really is the first one, the concept harmonic wave convergence to harmonic wave convergence. And then these various things in here include money management on where to hide stops, where to take profit if you're going to leg down, etc. So lots of options, but they're still the big picture options. When there wasn't 30-minute trades, now we could drop down to our 10-minute chart. And when we first rolled out Tab 29, I said, look, you can even trade this, and I do and have trade this from your 10-minute chart. But we have certain criteria that must be at play if we're going to trade 10-minute harmonic wave convergence trades on a 10-minute chart without even using the 1-minute chart. You must have the average candle in field of view be 2 to 4 pips in length. You must have at least a 5-pip channel. You don't want wicks. You don't want steep channels. Now remember, we're talking about harmonic wave convergence trades. We're going to have a entry that would be based on the peak, the 10-minute peak, flipping, and these are just so, oh, it's not going to erase, sorry, I'm not in edit mode. And our trend bars, okay, are going to flip, and we do that on a closed candle. And we're looking for that 10-minute chart to have at least 10 to 15 pips in a channel. Now with that 10-minute trade on the 10-minute chart, notice I say 10-minute chart here, we are also noting one other thing. Your exit strategy is 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, 10-minute to 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. Okay? Or if the power 10 hooks back mid-channel, that would be an exit too. Okay? Now, so we have two strategies. 30-minute, oh gee, 30-minute trade's not available, I'll take a 10-minute trade. What about, oh gosh, I've been on my charts for 2 hours, there were no 30-minute trades went off, no 10-minute trades were there. Find that hard to believe, but let's just pretend along. So to the traders that say, I need something else, we said, okay, you can trade pieces of that 10-minute trade by using the 1-minute chart and going after the impulsive side move of that piece of that 10-minute trade. And the strategy there is enter and then exit when it gets to the extreme, and the contra trend trade is there. So if I'm going to buy, I wait until the Tab 29 sell would be there at the 1-minute level. If I'm going to sell, then I enter and I wait for the Tab 29 buy at the opposite end. Don't just exit on a hookback. Make sure the hookback has a bar flip on it. Get those extra pips. We understand something about this kind of trading. We understand right here that if we just trade convergence to convergence for the yellow wave, we make that amount of money. If I enter and exit at the top and enter and exit at the top and enter and exit at the top, I get those three red sticks. I tried to add them, but I think you can visually see that that stick and that stick and that stick, when added together, and I don't want to cheat because I slid with the pen a little there. Okay, when those three sticks are added together, they are much greater than that green stick, typically to the tune of 2 to 2.5 times greater. I've seen situations where it's been over 3. So there's much more profit in this. Now remember, this could be either when I have a 10-minute trade and I just want to make more money, or maybe I miss the convergence. I come in the chart somewhere in here. It's still pulling back from the initial burst out of the convergence. Well, this is much like a wave 2 entry. I can have the pullback of the 1-minute wave as long as this is a higher low that qualifies as a buy, and I get in there and now I ride this and this. And look at that. Even if I miss this original move, compared to the guy that stays in the trade, that got in that original move and stayed in that trade the whole way, just that stick and that stick alone are greater than that trade if he stayed in it from the beginning. So I can miss a trade and just catch that impulsive side of the 10-minute move. And it is enter and exit with the contra trend trade. Okay? Meaning, if I'm in a buy, I exit on the sell. If I'm a sell, I exit on the buy. Doesn't mean that contra trend trade is always tradable. Other things have to meet the conditions. Now, this is, as I said, no 30-minute trade, no 10-minute trade. Oh, I could take a 1-minute trade on my 1-minute chart, trading a piece of the 10-minute wave. Somewhere in here, maybe my error in communication, maybe my focus on the impulsive side, several of you have confused and for some reason think now that this is the money management system down here. This enter and exit of 1-minute waves is the money management for 30-minute trading. It is not, guys. Come on. It is not. Nowhere did we ever say this is our new scheme. If you were going to use an enter and exit of the 1-minute wave on 30-minute trades, top left, I would be in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, just for the first leg of a 10-minute, 10-minute move. And we can't do that. We can't have those kinds of, you'd have 100 trades in the time of a 30-minute move. We have 30-minute trades sometimes, in a quick move that can take a couple hours, and then we have 30-minute trades that can last 8 hours. You can't be in every single 1-minute wave extreme and then exit. That's crazy. You can scale up and you can trade pieces of the 30-minute wave by watching the 10-minute wave on your 10-minute chart, because there the 10-minute wave is nice and smooth in loops. You don't want to trade 10-minute waves on your 1-minute chart because power 10 is too jaggedy on the 1-minute chart. But the whole point of this exercise here is to talk about how you cannot use the enter and exit 1-minute strategy for 30-minute charts. How do you ever get to 144 pips? How do you ever get to 377 pips if you're going to be exiting every 5 to 7 pips and then re-entering? Talk about doing things the hard way. There's no opportunity in that. The enter and exit impulsive side move is only to trade pieces of the 10-minute wave in a 10-minute move. Now, let's piece this together. Let's be practical. If I have a 30-minute convergence, maybe that first 10-minute leg I want to trade this way because I'm going to babysit that entry. And if I'm going to sit there and babysit it, I might as well make as many pips as I can. So in that first 10-minute leg of the 30-minute trade, I could do this and get my stop loss at a point where I could actually now set the stop loss in profit and now leave the charts with nothing more than price alerts to bring me to the chart to move my stop loss. Stop losses have been set on the downside, I'm already in profit. The worst I can do is have some sort of pullback, and it takes me out at where I have my profit out, or my stop profit, as some people call it, instead of a stop loss because you're in profit. But I'm not to babysit that 30-minute trade by entering and exiting 1-minute waves. That's it. That's all I have to say. Hopefully that makes sense. Thanks for watching.